everybody, DeathsStalker here. So I thought I'd talk about an urban legend that I remember hearing when I first started riding motorcycles, and then how a couple years later I heard the same urban legend and somehow I was the person who did it. Now first, let's talk about the urban legend. And essentially what you had was you had an experienced motorcycle rider who had a brand new, totally unexperienced motorcycle passenger. Now in the cases I've heard, it's always been a guy. So closing that up. So what happens is the experienced guy gets the inexperienced guy on the back of the bike, and then what he does, he raises his the rider actually raises his, like, opens up his arms so his elbows are out, and gets on the gas really hard, drops the clutch, the bike does a massive wheelie, the passenger now feet come off the pegs, and the rider then traps the guy's feet under his arms and then takes off driving like a absolute lunatic, while the passenger, of course, is in the back screaming that they're about to die. Now when I remember hearing about it as a when I first started riding, I thought, well, that's not very nice for starters, and the more I thought about it, like, I was calling BS on it. You know, fast forward, I'm going to say about 5 years later, I'm at a party with a bunch of friends, and I hear one of my friends telling the same story that I had heard to a bunch of people, and I'm not really paying much attention, but then all of a sudden I hear that, oh yeah, it was me who had done it, and I just went like, you know, WTF? Like, now I understand the reason they picked me was because I was, you know, racing motorcycles at the time, and, you know, I didn't suck at it. So, like, I wasn't the top guy, but I didn't suck at it. So, you know, the interesting part was he was just telling, it looked like a bunch of guys. Like, it's not even like he was, like, trying to pick up a girl. I just found it to be kind of sort of strange, and at the time humorous, the fact that I was being accused of being this, you know, basically a douche on a motorcycle. And anybody who actually knew me knew it's like, you know, I might ride fast and whatnot, but I ain't stupid, especially on the street. So, you know, when we finished the party and whatnot, we're heading out, and I started talking to one of my other friends who actually was my best friend, and I said, did you hear about so-and-so? He said, I did this thing. And I go, what? And we were laughing because, like, the guy had never been on a motorcycle in his life. So it's just sort of, you know, way back then made me a little more conscious of urban legends. So a lot of times I'd hear these things and go like, yeah, don't believe it. So I'm just curious if anybody else has ever heard any urban legends where suddenly they or a friend of theirs got involved in it or got named in it. I'd just be curious to hear what you have to say. Now, that's the only time I'm aware of that I actually was involved as a member of an urban legend story. It's not something a little interesting. Well, that's all for now. As I hit a giant frost heave, DeathsStalker signing off.